So those shots you just saw, none of them were using a slider. They were all using household items to give you nice smooth slides. And a touch of warp stabilizer, but just a little tiny bit. So if you haven't been to my channel before, my name's Philip Scrub. I'd really appreciate if you subscribed. The channel's been growing so fast recently, and I'm just really appreciative to every single one of you that's pressing that subscribe button right down there. Today we're going to be talking about those slides. Why you don't need one of these when you're starting out YouTube. It's a big investment, and I'm going to show you that you can actually get smooth footage, even parallax footage, without the need of a slider. So yeah, everything's going to be done in 25 frames per second, so no slow-mo. Everything's going to be nice and smooth in 25. It's all going to be filmed on the 35mm 7 Artisan's 1.4 FE full frame lens. And yeah, let's get to the other Phil. He's pretty cool. You should listen to him. Right, let's get the first one done. So you're going to need your camera. I've got it set at 25 frames per second. You can set it to 60 or 120 if you want it a bit smoother. Your everyday kind of towel, make sure you fold it so the footprint isn't too big and it's nice and flat. You can put your camera on it, and the cool thing about a towel is that you can do tilts really nice and smoothly, so you can kind of tilt your camera in a really nice and easy way. So let's say we have our camera on there. A piece of tape is really handy so that you can take your focus. So say Samurai's face is in focus right about here. I'm going to put this tape right on the edge of the table where it's not visible, but you can see it's there, right? It's not visible in frame, but I know when I'm here, I know that his face is in perfect focus. I make sure the towel is on the edge of the table and I have it going straight all the way, so my frame is nice and straight. And the first thing we're going to do is the pull back. Now, the pull back is going to be reversed in post, so that it looks like we're pushing in to focus. So right now he's in focus. You've got to give yourself like 1-2 seconds and be careful about the start because it can be a little bit jerky. So he's in focus, everything is level, and we're going to give ourselves 1, 2, and a slow pull back. Yeah, okay, that looked pretty cool. It was a little bit wobbly, but nothing a little bit warp stables can't fix. And now we're going to try it the other way. So we're going to start pushing. Right there. And that should be perfect because I went right up to my mark right here. Yeah, let's try the next one. Right, next one. Let's try it with a piece of felt. It's just the normal kind of stuff you stick under your furniture with a piece of glue. I'm going to put it on the edge of the table. I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of in the middle of the Samurai. I'm going to put the camera, check the focus. So the focus of this guy is right about here, perfect. And I'm going to make sure my rule of thirds has got like the table line straight. So he's nice and straight. Now I'm going to move to the left so he's out of frame. And now we're going to go right past, like a little kind of a dolly shot to the right. That's it. It's really that simple. Let's try the next one. Right, this one's going to be quite difficult because you're at a cafe. You don't have your piece of felt. You don't have your towel. All you have is your YouTuber hat. Pop it off. What can you do? Get your little coffee cup. In our little example here, he's Mr. Samurai. Get your camera, pop him on top of your hat, and get him in focus. Now this is going to be quite a difficult move because it's going to be a parallax. And so you get, for example, your first focus point. What are we going to put there? I don't know, we've got a little piece of paper. So we have a little piece of paper right here, and this is our first focus point. Then we're going to go around, get our last focus point, make sure it's in focus, which he is right about here. And we have a second focus point right here. And you're just going to do a really nice, simple, where is he? There he is. Parallax. So keeping your camera nice and steady and keeping Mr. Samurai or coffee cup in the middle, we're gonna make one thing. Make sure your body is nice and smooth, and it's not at the beginning of the shot, so you go, ugh! It's not the end of the shot, so you're going, ugh! Kind of somewhere in the middle where you can really move around. So, Mr. Samurai, let's do this. That's how you do a hat slider parallax. Next film. Are you guys in there? I bet you can't guess the next slider. Yeah, it's a piece of toilet paper. Something, if you don't have your YouTuber hat, you got a piece of toilet paper. So let's say we take 4 pieces and we fold this into. So you got to find anything that makes the surface of the table or whatever you are smoother, because this will have lots of little vibrations, but if you put it on this, that is a lot better. So make sure you're holding your camera and you'll have like 2 fingers on the toilet paper, so it's not kind of like doing funny stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to have Mr. Samurai and we're going to go like arc past him. So he's out of focus, goes into focus, and out of focus again. Right, let's do it. Nice and smooth. Where is he? In focus, out of focus. That's it. It's really that simple. See you guys later. Right, so you can even use your towel slider to put a tripod on to get a completely different perspective of Mr. Samurai or coffee cup or whatever you're filming. So say we get Mr. Samurai in focus. Right there, perfect. We get our tape again, have an end mark, and we start filming Mr. Samurai. Looking at the tape, looking at the tape, there we go. And that's it, that's all you need to do. So really, you don't need an expensive slider to make cool, smooth shots at the beginning. You can really just use your imagination. I'm gonna do one more slider and then we're back to fill. Right, so you're out and about, and this is the final slide I'm gonna show you, and you don't have your hat. You don't have your towel. There is no felt anywhere. You don't have anything to slide with. You're naked, you don't have your pants, socks, or anything. All you have is your camera and your hands. And Mr. Samurai is there. You're like, oh my God, I got a photograph. Mr. Samurai, you hold your camera like this. Yeah, that's all you do. You use your hands to slide on. So, don't know if you guys can see that, but if you do it smoothly enough, and your hands are not too sweaty, it should be nice and smooth. So I'm gonna try it with Mr. Samurai. Like I said, I'm doing this. So my camera is sliding on the edge of these 2 fingers. And using these 2 fingers, I know where to stop. So for example, if Mr. Samurai is in focus right here, I know that I have to stop more or less here. So let's try it. So we're gonna do like a cool, like we're gonna be right in his face and we're gonna like go. That is it. So, do you need a funky slider? I don't know. Let's ask Phil. So what did you guys think of that? It was pretty smooth stuff, huh? Like I said, 25 frames. So if you're doing it 60 or 120, it's going to be even smoother. And it's all done just using, your everyday household items. Or absolutely nothing. Just, I mean, the cool thing about it is that you can slide anywhere at all. You can do like your parallax shots. You can do your like twists and turns, and you don't need to have one of these, and you're not limited to just this movement. So I really recommend practicing it, because the more you practice it, the smoother you'll be. So if you're out in a cafe, you're out anywhere, you can literally try one of those shots as long as you have steady hands, and you can really get some beautiful footage. So you don't have to make that huge investment at the beginning when you're starting YouTube or content creation for a slider. You can just try some of the techniques that I've showed. And if you do have any questions about any of those techniques, pop them in the comments below. Make sure you give my film a thumbs up, and I would love it if you subscribed. It's actually down there. And that's going to really help me out. The community is growing, and I'm really happy I can communicate with a lot more of you. Yeah, I'm going to catch you on the next one.